Welcome to my video on how to combine and separate data cells in an Excel workbook. I will start with joining cells, also called concatenation. Here I have an example data file for donations, and in order to concatenate the first three columns to create a complete name, start by clicking in a blank destination cell where you want the name to go. Start with equals, and then you can either arrow over to the first cell you'd like, or just type A5 to recognize the cell. Type ampersand, double quotes, space, double quotes, ampersand. What this does is it's putting a space in between the cells. If you weren't to do this, it would create it as one word with no spaces in between, which is not what we'd like. So once we finish that formula with the spaces in between the cells, just hit enter and you have Miss Melinda Martin. If you'd like to copy this down, you can do Control-C and then hold the shift, arrow down, and hit enter. And then we have the full list done there. There's also an alternative way if you like using the mouse. There is a box in the corner. You can double click that and it will copy it down. So pretty simple. That's with text concatenation. Here I am going to now add numbers into the concatenation. I want to put after the name how much each person donated. So I'm going to add an ampersand to the end and then quotes, space, donated, space. This is going to put the word donated into the formula. At any time you can do in quotes anything you'd like it to say that's not actually a cell that's already created. And then ampersand, text, parenthesis, the value that I'm going to want, the donation number, comma, and then the format of the text. So we're going to put the format in quotes. And here I have a dollar value, so do dollar sign, and then the pound, comma, pound, pound, 0. And then at this point, if I left it at that, it's going to display the numbers in 1,000 format, and it's going to also round them. So right now I have it rounded to Miss Melinda Martin donated $39. If I want it to, instead of rounding, to go out 2 decimal places, I can just add the 0.00 at the end, and it will keep the decimal places to whatever you'd like it to round to, 1 or 2 decimal places, depending on what kind of data you have. So that is concatenation. Now I'm going to move to separating cells. That's in one cell into many. So we have this data here, and the first thing I did was added some blank columns next to the cells I'm going to separate. I have 3 values, the title, first name, and last name. So I'll need 3 columns, including the one the data is in now. So the title is going to go here, first name, and last name. In order to select this, you can either drag down with the mouse, or go on the first one and do Control-Shift down arrow, which is much more convenient if you have a long list of data. Go up to, on the ribbon, Data, and then in the Data Tools, Text to Columns. Once I click that, you'll want to make sure Delimited is selected. This will recognize any data that's separated by commas or spaces, and in this case, each time there's a space, I'm going to want that to go in a new cell. So here I'm going to select space, and then it gives you a preview. So this is what my cells are going to look like, and that's how I want it, so it looks good. Next, I can change the format of the columns. I'm going to leave it on general and click finish. There you go, we have them separated into title, first name, and last name. Same for this data, it's now separated with a comma. Go up to text to columns, delimited once again, and this time I'm going to do by comma instead to separate the data. And there you go, and it separated the data once again from a different format. and that is concatenation and text to columns. Thank you for watching and learning a new feature in Excel.